Yo, what is up? What is up? It's me, it's Keen. We're back. We're in the building with another live stream. We got Coach Donte. We got Robert on the stream for another Fadeaway Podcast. What's going on, guys?
What's going on? Another Fadeaway Podcast, NBA tonight. We got a slate of games, trade rumors,
There's a lot.
$6 million that Ben Simmons got. I finally seen to make the news. But let's get right into this.
I had a feeling he was going to say something about it.
You know, Donte always got to troll us because we still got Ben freaking Simmons on our team. But anyway, let's get into this. Big news today. The whole Damian Lillard situation in the Portland Trailblazers over there. Y'all know that the GM is gone in Portland, and they're looking for a new GM. But then I was reading, it was like Dame wants a 2-year extension. Then they don't know if the new GM is going to give him a new extension. Then it came out and said he don't want to be traded. So, Donte, what's your thoughts? What does Portland do? And supposedly Ben Simmons wants to play with Dame. So what does Portland do? I know Portland is your favorite team and all.
Oh my God, y'all don't kill me with that now. Y'all know that Portland is a bad organization. What up, Travis? What up, my boy? What up, Eric? I know that's you. I don't think Ben Simmons coming to Portland will help because again, you're in the Western Conference. You got Nasir Little that can't shoot the ball. Yusuf Nurkic is very good, but he can't stay on the floor. Robert Covington, too inconsistent. You don't have a great bench. Chauncey Billups, I don't know how great of a coach he is because this is only his first year. And I don't see Damian Lillard asking for a trade because you know why? He's too loyal. He's too loyal of a person. Instead of seeing a bigger picture that he's consistently going to fail in Portland, not because of him, because of the organization. It's not going to put the right pieces around him. And Dame just doesn't see that. He's just kind of like a Carmelo in his prime. Carmelo clearly went back to New York for the money. He clearly went back to New York where he could have went to the Bulls, who were championship contenders with Derrick Rose, or he could have went to Houston or someone else where he could have won a championship at. Now he's chasing a championship with LA. But now Damian Lillard, I feel bad for Damian Lillard. He should have asked out of Portland because he see the organization is not going to put anything around him. And he even came out and said he don't like the offseason move. So they've done nothing just to improve this team around Damian Lillard, but I don't see him moving nowhere because he's too loyal to this franchise.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
I find it really crazy to hear what's going on out there in Portland and Damian Lillard. And, the fact that they fired Neil O'Shea, obviously the kind of work environment that he put together, which was not good. Obviously, and then going with the Coach Donte said, about the all-season, acquisitions that they made, which is not the greatest, but it's really not making Damian Lillard the happiest person on the planet, and look, and I said this to like a few friends of mine, like loyalty in the NBA is hard to come by these days because it's like you're like trades you can be traded in like a flick of a switch, like it happens. And like Donte said, this is Billups' first year as a head coach, so I mean they're actually very decent, but the problem is though, like some of the players cannot stay healthy. And like Donte said, Nurkic is one of them because it's like, Larry Nance Jr. is decent to some extent. I mean, Robert Covington, Sixers fans would know, like he's been very inconsistent at times. We've seen that from Covington's time in Philadelphia. And the fact of the matter is that he wants 2-5 to play over in Portland. It's like, that's really not good because it's really not going to work because the Western Conference, the way that conference is going, that's a very competitive conference because we're seeing teams like, the Golden State Warriors, we're seeing the Phoenix Suns and some of these other teams going at it in the Western Conference. It just kind of shows like if I'm Dame, if I'm seeing what's going on, like you would think his mindset would be, ask for a trade. Kind of, put it in terms of how, Karl Anthony Towns was kind of disgruntled with the Timberwolves, and then once he brought a new GM in and basketball ops, like they kind of turned that team around, in that kind of that similar situation.
I mean, like you said, there's really loyalty in the NBA, and Dame's one of a kind. He's one of them guys. It's just like, Dame, you got to take your talent to South Beach. Not saying go to Miami, but you got to go. I feel like you just got to go somewhere else just for your own sake and sanity. Like, this team year after year is not winning nothing. Like, you had Denver up against that series. Y'all let Denver come back and beat y'all. Like that's ridiculous. Dame's is going to be in Portland. He's going to retire in Portland with no ring next to him. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. Definitely, I believe Dame Lillard is definitely a Hall of Famer. He just won't have no ring. And I think that's the crazy part is you play this game to win a championship. And you're not going to get one in Portland. But that's just crazy.
It doesn't make it equal because, again, you don't have any depth. You don't have a bench. What's the best player you got on your bench? Anthony Simons, Ben Simmons. You want to play with Ben Simmons, but how much of that you going to compete with the Lakers? Can you compete with Memphis? Can you compete with Denver? Can you compete with
Phoenix or Golden State or any of these teams in the Western Conference?
You still can't compete with none of those teams in the Western Conference. Minnesota is better than you right now. They're a better team than you right now.
Donte, and to add to that point, and like you said, and I'll give credit to where credit is due for the Minnesota Timberwolves and how much that just one offseason, firing their old GM and is it also the basketball ops too? I might be wrong on that one, but seeing what Karl Anthony and seeing a new head coach over there in Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns to actually learn how to shoot the deep ball better than I think that I remember that he can from a better percentage from deep, and now you obviously still got you're probably your best second year player almost call it, and probably your best draft pick you ever had was what the fuck's his name in that? Oh my god, Anthony Edwards. Holy shit. Well, yeah, that's just kind of like I want to add to that too. It's like, it's gonna suck too. Like when Dame retires without a ring, it's like, I put the blame on the organization. The team, and that's the thing too. It's like the Trailblazers had some decent players over the years, but they just can't do the right thing, which is wasting the time of Damian Lillard at this point in time of his career.
And then Dame Lillard's out with an injury. And CJ McCullough, we don't know how long he's going to be out for. Apparently, he has a collapsed lung. Shout out prayers to CJ
prayers up to him.
And I'm just like, oh, so there's their backcourt right there. So it's a dumpster. It's officially a dumpster fire in Portland over there. I don't know if they're ever going to get they crap together over there. But something got to give. You would think their GM or their management was somewhere to get guys in there to help a Damian Lillard out. Like he definitely deserves it, but I think he needs to leave Portland. That's just my opinion. Portland needs to start the hell over and
go through a rebuild.
Definitely. I don't want to talk about this guy, but it's just
what is there to talk about anyways? It's like it's the same shit.
He always pops up on my damn news. Like
he pops up on everybody's news. It feels like he's away.
So Ben Simmons has been fined, y'all. A total of $6 million. That is $330,000 per game.
No, I think it's like $360K per game.
$360K per game.
So from what I saw, it was close to almost. It was between. Obviously, it said it was between 6, but I said the way that is, if it's going to keep adding up, who knows, man? It's like this. It's like this dude. Oh man, look, that's his problem for living. Spending a ton of money on buying these ridiculous amount of homes, like out in LA, buying these amount of goddamn cards each and every month. And if you guys don't have checked out, and that's another thing too. Like you have, and there's this one guy that I watch. And he kind of talks about this too, why most NBA players go broke. So, I mean, it's like I'm not going to say this is like going to be like another AI situation, but in terms of how 2-5 is going about it, and losing this amount of money. So, I mean, look, that's his problem. We don't have to deal with it. So it's what it is. It's what it is, basically.
Donte.
He's not gonna play, but it's funny. He always finds the way to get in some type of news in Philly. He always finds a way to get fined for some reason or make something. Even when you're not trying to talk about him, it is very hard not to do it. Not to do it. People forget this guy couldn't even lead his team to the NIT tournament in college. Don't you know where the NIT tournament is? That's a tournament when you don't go to the NCAA tournament. You can't even lead your team to that. You don't even want to go to class. You didn't want to go to class in college. And that's another thing. Go in college. You're not winning. You go to the NBA. Now, throughout the last 4 years, you get beat by the same team because teams are able to game and coaches are able to game plan you. And like I say, you can live and you cannot live in this league just being a great defender alone. You have to have some type of an average jump shot. Everybody want to say Draymond Green. At least he shoots a down ball. At least he ain't afraid, and he will make them sometimes. He's gonna miss most of them, but he's gonna make them most time. That's the difference between Draymond Green and Ben Simmons. Plus Draymond Green can play defense. Plus he's a multiple-time All-Star. Plus he's a 2-time NBA champion. A guy that knows how to win. A guy that's not afraid of the.
Actually, can put the work into the gym night in and night out. And then you have an analyst too. And for those who have not, because I know you guys, because I actually made a video about this too. And I seen the comparisons, like what it would. The fact that the matter is that this draft analyst that predicted what Ben Simmons was going to be 5 years ago is like we have not seen any change in the last 5. Is going to be 6 years now. It's like and like you said, Donte, Draymond Green, physical, but he's not afraid to shoot the jumper, and he's got a decent one at that too. But can guard the 1 through 5, multiple time All-Star, 2-time champ. Like the dude's got a long resume of accomplishments that this guy has accrued over his career. It's like you're seeing these other guys and you got some second-year players too. They're actually making the most of their opportunities. Take a Tyrese Maxey, for example. The fact that this kid, 21 years old, and this 2.5 is 24 going on 25. Not putting the work in, and it's obviously it shows. It's just he's just the cancer that just would not go away.
It's just sad. Draymond Green averages 8 points a game. That's all he's averaging this year. But he gets assists. Like I said, he shoots when he needs to. He defends. Who's another person I think of that's not a real good shooter, but Andre Iguodala is another person.
Oh, I forgot about it. Good old Iggy.
He never really shot the ball like that, but what happened? He was a good defender. He took it to the rack. He was aggressive. He wasn't afraid to shoot. When he had to shoot, when the game was on the line, he'll shoot.
Yeah, and he's made some clutch buckets too, and people do not realize that. Yeah, he may not have been the player that he once was here in Philly, but as soon as he left, he kind of just took it to a whole nother level. Iguodala is still probably one of those guys, and it's just you're seeing these older guys, and kind of not saying kind of going to how. I mean, look, I get it. 2.5 is still a young guy, but I'm seeing I think at some point he's going to learn, seeing these older guys like a Drew Holiday, didn't shot the ball very well when he was time in New Orleans and all, and some other teams that he played for. But when he got to Milwaukee, it's just we've seen the Drew Holiday of old, from when he was with the Sixers, probably even better. It's just it's ridiculous to see someone as young as he is, but then blowing the money that he has. I don't know, man. It's getting ridiculous at this point.
So he's been fined. His first fine was October 6th. So from October 6th all the way up until now, $6.3 million.
That's like I say, what's the first thing you do when you get up on a basketball court and you go play basketball? The first thing you pick up a ball and you shoot the basketball. That's the first thing you actually do when you get up on a basketball court. Nobody shoots a layup. You shoot a layup, you're going to try to shoot a jump shot. I guarantee you're going to try to shoot a jump shot. And for you to last long in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot Jason Kidd couldn't shoot worth diamonds early in his career. Now look how he won a championship with Dallas. Gilbert Arenas couldn't shoot. Look how he turned out.
Probably the best 3-point shooter that we've seen, especially with the Washington Wizards.
With the Washington Wizards.
And you got who's another one that comes to mind? I kind of feel like Steve Nash kind of comes to mind. I mean, he lasts a decent amount of years in the NBA, and probably one of the best scorers that the Suns that they had. Like Gilbert Arenas, Jason Kidd. Hell, you even have fucking Dirk Nowitzki, who's a big guy, shooting a jump shot and like average. I forget. I don't even know how much at one point he averaged. I feel like he could average a little bit over 20 a game back then.
The one thing difference Dirk had a shooting coach that was out there with him every season, every game, teaching him how to shoot. Why do you think Embiid has that jump shot that he does? And Dirk was like, oh my, like he has the Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway little turnaround jumper.
Yeah, the one-legged fadeaway. Like it's like you're seeing these guys who actually are working with these shooting coaches. I mean, think about it this way: last year, like if Embiid didn't work with the shooting coach, we wouldn't even be talking about him being the MVP and dropping like 30. And the fact that he's on these leaderboards of the top names in the NBA and NBA history, like the fact that he has most, was it like 30 and 10 in his career, 30 and 10. Like you see like guys like Giannis up on that leaderboard, like these other these Hall of Famers on there. It's like this is what you're seeing. Like, and despite the fact most of the draft picks here in Philadelphia, I feel like only one has panned out, and that's Joel Embiid. Actually, scratch that. Make that two. That's Tyrese. I was about to say, and it's just all of a sudden, just like I forgot about Tyrese Maxey too. So that's out of the draft picks that we had. Actually, and 3 is actually AI. He actually had a successful career as well. So like we do have an iffy track record of drafting good players, but we have 2 great young. Well, Joel's not going to get any younger, but I mean, he's still. The fact that coming from COVID protocol and dropping 43 in overtime, it's like, it says a lot, the commitment that he has here to the city of Philadelphia. Something like that 2.5 will never, and I mean never, will have his entire lifetime.
Hey, Robert, what you and Key trying to say? The Philadelphia 76ers don't draft well, huh? They don't draft.
Absolutely not. I mean, if we didn't draft well, we wouldn't have players like Embiid. We wouldn't have Tyrese Maxey.
Hey, I know what y'all remember one guy that y'all get, but y'all did trade him away the very same night, Mikal Bridges.
Don't even. God damn. I'm never going to live that down. I will never live that down. And now we're seeing what Mikal Bridges. And it's just like we can't keep homegrown talent. That's the problem. Like that's something I'm stressing enough as a Sixers fan. We gotta at least keep some homegrown talent. Like I don't know, fucking goddamn right. Like Ryan Arcidiacono is one.
The only homegrown talent we had actually is Aaron McKee.
Oh Lord.
Aaron McKee went to high school in Philly, played for Temple, and then played for the Sixers. So all right, I'm done talking about Ben. Let's move on to the NBA memo that unvaccinated players cannot play in Toronto starting the January 15th. This is coming from Canada. Now, if you're not vaccinated, you cannot step foot in Canada. How would that hurt some teams who know them players aren't vaccinated? Donte?
It's definitely going to hurt some people, especially if they're not vaccinated, especially if you're playing for the Toronto Raptors or if you're playing for the Toronto Blue Jays or anything, it could definitely hurt. So star players, if you're a star players, you better start getting vaccine, man, because like I say, it can hurt some of them teams during the playoff stretch or a playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true as well. I mean, we've seen it through like different leagues, and that's too, like, that could also, and not to mention too, like it does, especially when it comes down towards the end of the year. That's really what's going to hurt the most. It would say if you did like the pay gate of the season. See, it wouldn't be much of a fuss about it. But when it comes to playoff time, towards the end of towards that stretch, it's like, and you were seeing like these players like, okay, so there were things like, okay, I got to get this so I can really help my team to get a push to get the playoff spot. Hell, even get to a championship. So, I mean, as much as they got to take more initiative to need to get it.
I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know anywhere else. Well, anybody else had hockey. They didn't announce in hockey or MLB. Spit is on lockout right now, but the NBA is the only one that sent out that memo. So other teams might follow, especially, Canada is all about hockey. So imagine you can't go into Canada
and not like,
so
it's
like it's just gonna be crazy, especially like you said, come down to playoff time. It's definitely gonna be some issues. And I feel like if it's part of your job that you got to get this vaccine, why not get it? It's your job. This is we talking about your job, how you make money to support your family. So I get it. You have your belief. Like I said, I'm not knocking the people who don't have it. That's your decision. I'm not knocking any of that. But it's just like, I feel like if this is your job, it's the only way you're going to make money to support your family. Why not get it? Just get it. So we're going to go into this tier that I saw. Well, MalcGoolie put the tier in the chat. But we're going to go over it. Sorry, you hear my dang on dog coming down the steps. But we're going to talk about this tier. So it was a tier in the West and a tier in the East. So we're going to start in the West. And it's ranked by team, by tiers. So tier 5 is called Better Luck Next Year. It's the Spurs, the Pelicans, the Rockets, and OKC. Do y'all agree with that?
I think... Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think the one that I think the one team that might improve is the Spurs because and same with OKC. I mean, obviously they got a bright future in that organization, but I think right now going to be the most improved team going into next year is probably the San Antonio Spurs.
As long as Greg Popovich in that organization, I don't know if he's coming back next year. But as long as Greg Popovich is the coach of that organization, like I said, he's going to have his guys coming out playing hard every single night. Again, they don't get enough credit for how much they develop talent. I always said this. If you let a player get up out of here and you don't give them no type of playing time, same thing as football. You can question the coach and the organization not being able to develop this guy right. And the Spurs, they pick unknown draft picks that we never find out about, and they develop the talent. So they don't get enough credit. I can see Houston being a couple more years. Oklahoma City definitely got a lot of good draft picks. They definitely got a receiver future. And there go my boy Cool. That's what I've been waiting on. I want to say thank you for opening up your mouth. And ever since then, the Rockets went on a 6-game winning streak. But that we're going to get to that another day. I want to thank him so much for that. But like I said, I mean, I think the Rockets are 2 or 3, minimum of 3 years away. OKC got a bright future with 14 draft picks. Come on, man, you can't miss on them. You got to hit on most of those. You got to hit mostly on all of those. But I definitely agree with that tier. I don't see none of these teams doing anything no time soon. The only way I see is San Antonio, like Robert, because you got a great coach. You got Donte Murray. Lonnie Walker is a pretty good player. You got White. You got all these players that are pretty good, that are pretty good. So
and not to mention, they have a great coaching staff over there as well too. Like you said, Popovich's not coming back. Like
Becky Hammond definitely. I can see Becky.
She don't get a head coaching job next year.
I think Becky Hammond should be at least be the successor to Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, man. I think what Popovich leaves, that's some big shoes to fill out in San Antonio. That's just a little tidbit.
Ain't Tim Duncan over there too as an assistant?
That's a very good point. I don't even know he's over there.
Tim Duncan over there too as an assistant coach too. Yeah.
Another guy, another great player for the Spurs. I just feel like just like at different years, it's like it was once like these like players like I feel like Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, even Kawhi when he was good in his prime. I mean, in his prime, that was a great core of guys. It's like now we're seeing like DeJounte Murray's kind of stepping up for the Spurs. So I mean, who knows, man?
All right, so tier 4 is playoff hopefuls. So we got the Grizzlies, the Clippers, Portland, the Timberwolves, and Sacramento. Do y'all agree with that tier?
Portland should be in tier 5. Timberwolves not ready, but Memphis and who else you said? Memphis.
The Kings.
Okay. No, tier 5.
The
Clippers, yeah. Memphis and Clippers. I agree with those two. They should be in. They should be up there. They should be up there. Other teams. I don't think they're gonna do anything this year. I don't think they're ready yet. I
mean, and yeah, I agree with that too because I kind of feel like Memphis. They got a lot of good. They got a lot of good stuff going for them because it's like, and that's another thing too. Despite John Morant is probably their biggest bright spot that they have. But the way that the fact that just watching the game, how the hell do you lose? I'll say this to you. How the fuck do you lose by 70 plus points in a fucking NBA basketball game?
73.
How?
And Goose got the right. And brother, who got the right to talk noise about my Rockets? Open up his mouth. Hey, Koo got the right to open up his mouth about my Rockets. When we were 1-16, he said the Rockets are a disgrace and they're better than the Rockets. Well, how did that losing streak start? By the Rockets beating them twice. By the Rockets beating them twice.
But now I think they're going to take a little bit of another hit because now John Morant's now going into the protocol. I'm just like, God damn. And that's the thing too. I mean, he
can come back though. He's vaccinated. So if he gets 2 negative tests, he can come back.
That's right. That's true as well. And so I just feel like that's going to be a little bit of a blow. But then again, the way that Memphis, I feel like yeah, because 2 out, was it, how many teams were in that tier? Like 5? 4 or 5?
It was 5. Again, it was Memphis, the Clippers, Portland, Minnesota, Sacramento.
I think, yeah, but then again, I do agree with Donte. Like, Portland needs to go in tier 5 because it's a huge question mark with that franchise. Memphis and Clippers, like, as possible. Well, not say possible, but they can actually happen. But especially in a very competitive Western Conference, Kings, yeah, that goes. So Portland, the Kings, and I just feel like the Grizzlies and the Clippers are going to be. I feel like the only 2 teams out of that tier is going to make the playoffs.
All right, so we got tier 3. It's called playoff locks.
Oof.
They got Dallas, the Lakers, and Denver.
Oof.
I think Denver got too many injuries. So I want to say I think it's too many injuries. But you say Dallas and you say Utah, they're locks. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
Dallas got too much injury. So
Dallas, the Lakers, and Denver, that's playoff locks.
Lakers, I still believe they're going to be playoff bound. I still believe they're going to be playoff.
That's very true. But
go ahead, Robert.
Yeah.
We got my guy Raider
Ernest. What's good?
Hey, Raider.
Hey. Good afternoon. I know I'm Raider Ern and everything, but I'm also Warriors Ern from time to time.
Warriors Ern. Hey,
I just want to let everybody in the chat know if you're thinking about talking that shit, my team is the Warriors and we'll beat y'all ass.
And I'll hold my hand up to that as a Sixers fan. We see, but the thing about it is too, like the Lakers, yes, they're going to be playoff bound, but the problem is that I see is they're going to wind up getting knocked out because they cannot stay consistent with shooting. I mean, you got Russell Westbrook up there, you got LaBitch up in there, like
shit.
Sorry, I had to make a little joke coming in, but
how you really feel about him?
But overall, I think they're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think they're not going to go far because. And another point too is like AD and Dwight can, for some odd reason, cannot see eye to eye, which is I feel like is going to be. I kind of feel like it's going to be their downfall. Plus, sometimes AD cannot stay healthy. Most of our players cannot stay healthy, but I think Dallas is definitely a lock. That I can see because you got, obviously, Luka still leading the way. Surprising, Kristaps Porzingis actually woke the hell up. So I'm actually seeing him actually finally playing after how long has he been there? 3-4 years with the Mavericks, and he still can't. But that's just I just kind of feel like Denver. I just feel like all three are good locks. So I think Denver, or not say Denver, but Dallas, I think it might be is the only one team I can see that's going to go a little bit further in the playoffs because, like Donte said, Denver's got a lot of injuries.
So would you move Denver into another tier?
Yeah, I would move.
You got playoff hopefuls or better luck next year.
I say tier 4 for Denver.
Yeah, playoff hopefuls because, like I said again, I think they got too many injuries. And in the Western Conference, you can't have a slippage in the Western Conference. How good as this conference is, you can't have too much slippage. You can't have it too much because you got the bottom teams who are even very good. You got the Minnesotas, New Orleans, who could be dangerous to your playoff hopes as well. And then, like I say, it's just tough around the West. You cannot take a night off in the Western Conference. Now, in the East, they probably can overcome it. They probably can overcome those injuries and get back healthy. But in the West, I don't see how you can overcome it with all those injuries and stuff. And then knowing every night in the Western Conference, it is a grind every night. Every team, no matter how bad it is, they're very good in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
All right, so Ern, we was talking about the different tiers. It was a picture. We just going over the tiers. So the 5th tier 5 is better luck next year. It's San Antonio, the Pelicans, Houston, and OKC. You agree with that tier?
Houston, OKC, Pelicans. I don't know about San Antonio. Something about them worries me. That's a Popovich team. You can never count those guys out, ever.
All right,
they beat my Warriors. I mean, come on. Even if it was a fluke.
We had tier 4 playoff hopefuls. It's Memphis, the Clippers, Portland, Minnesota, and Sacramento.
I think Sacramento's playing a little better. I guess they could be in that tier, interchangeable with the next tier up. Clippers, I'm not too familiar with them. I know that this year, but I know the Clippers are usually like one of those teams that are very underestimated, and they can fuck around and bite you in the ass at any given time.
And then we had the locks for the playoffs was Dallas, the Lakers, and Denver. Would you change that one?
Dallas, yes. Lakers, yes. I don't care how much everybody wants to count them out. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. Too many veterans on their team. Yeah, Denver.
I wouldn't put Denver in there. I'll put Denver in the 4th tier, playoff hopeful, and I will move the Clippers to that tier because they're going to be playoff locked. So Denver and the Clippers, I would switch. Now for the finals contenders, they only got Utah there. Just tier 2.
Dante's face says it all.
Only Utah?
Yeah, wow. As a final contender, they don't. But we'll get to the number 1 tier. But as contenders, they only got Utah there.
No, I haven't heard Portland anywhere.
Portland is in the playoff hopefuls.
Okay.
So then the number 1 tier is finals favorite, and then they got Phoenix and Golden State up there. But they got Utah.
We need to bump Phoenix down to the
as
second
titles
tier
contenders.
Utah, okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
I heard. Hold up. I heard.
It's my brother.
I heard. Wait. I heard Lakers slander, man. What's up with that? Come on, man.
What you talking about?
I was saying the Lakers
look in the words. In the words of Worthy yesterday, we're smoking on that Celtics pack. All right. Look. What I seen I'm gonna say this about my Lakers real quick. I just want to stop by real quick. I'm gonna say it quick. What I seen of the Lakers was what I knew they were gonna be this year. I know it's just one game,
One game.
Donte! Bro, relax.
Wow.
You know what's crazy? There's so much Lakers slander, but we're still possible the 4th seed. We're the 6th seed right now, and if the Grizzlies win, we could take that 4th spot. That's what I heard. The fact that there's so much going on with the Lakers and people are criticizing us that we're not going to make the playoffs and we're in the 6th seed right now, possibly 4th after today, it's crazy to me. Westbrook has been playing amazing. He's been making me eat my words about him. You just said about Westbrook. What did he do just yesterday in the 3rd quarter? Did you see what he did? That's the Westbrook in the second half of the season.
Better, and we expect the team to be more consistent, and right now they're not consistent.
That's the problem.
You guys go crazy when you win one game.
Yeah,
you put the winning streak together.
If they could win out in the next few games, which tomorrow they got the Grizzlies. I don't know if John Morant's gonna play that game, and then I believe the day after they got the Heat. Let me double check. Oh, they got the OKC Thunder, and we have seen the OKC Thunder beat us pretty bad.
Twice, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, twice. So if they could win the next 2 games, I think we're finally gonna see the Laker team we all know that's deep inside. Enough with the slander, enough with the jokes. We all know that if the Lakers go on a streak, the NBA is in trouble, especially your Warriors, Ern. I'm telling you right now. If we go on a streak, I already said this on the ASAP network. I said this on their show. I said the Warriors are going to get bounced out of the 1st round. I said that.
Here we gotta get to the next tier. I heard enough of this blasphemous. I know. Enough of that.
So the tier 2 again, they only had Utah there as finals contenders, but the finals favorites is the Suns and the Golden State. Now, why would they even make a tier like that with Utah? You could take that 2nd tier out and you can put Utah in with the playoff locks because they're definitely
they're a playoff lock. They can't even get past the 2nd round. They can't even get past the 2nd round of playoffs.
Yeah, that's very true. Because if I'm not mistaken, too, didn't one of the players get hurt throughout? And that's hard.
Yeah.
Was it like a torn ACL, if I'm not mistaken? And I feel like so that. And that's the thing too, is like if he didn't get hurt, I mean, there was a possibility he could have just at least maybe just snuck out of it. But I mean, unfortunately, unfortunately tore his ACL and I think what kind of ruined the momentum that the Jazz had for them. But I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see.
The Utah Jazz recently has always been. I always called them a regular season team. They haven't been that playoff team. There's a difference between a playoff team and a regular season team, and the Jazz fall in the category of regular season team, man. I haven't seen that much of them in the playoffs to be convinced.
Because they got that French fry over there. I cannot stand. I don't know what it is. Gobert. I do not like Gobert. He is soft to me. Gobert is soft. I'm sorry. He's soft. How are you 7'3" and soft? That don't make no sense. I'm sorry. I can't. I never liked Gobert. Yeah.
He's another DeAndre Jordan. Okay, not that bad, but
all right. Let's go ahead and move on to the East now. So number 5, tier 5 again is better luck next year. Do y'all agree with this? It's Denver. It's not Denver. It's Detroit and the Magic.
Of course.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that is, of course. We all agree.
All right, so we got the playoff. So I think this tier right here could be some controversy. Okay. We probably won't like this tier. So playoff hopefuls: Wizards, Hornets, Knicks, Cavaliers, the Raptors, and the Pacers.
Okay.
I think the Pacers should be next year. I think the Cavaliers, I don't think they have enough. I will bump them down to next year.
I think the Hornets might have chances of getting an actual playoff seeding. Yeah. I think too. I mean, Pacers, like Donte said, but the problem is that I see with the Pacers though, they can't stay healthy. That's why I think I kind of agree with bumping them down.
Team this year. They could blow up their team this year because it's already coming out. So
prepared
to see a lot of trades from the Pacers team. shipping
Yeah.
out players.
The crazy thing is, the one trade I saw was a bonus to Golden State, and the Pacers would get Wiseman and 2 other people. Can you imagine if Sabonis go to
If
Golden State?
Sabonis goes
with
to the
Klay
Warriors,
Thompson? It's over. It's over.
If Sabonis goes to the Warriors,
It's already over.
I will. You know,
But to kind of really go on to it, I think the ones I feel like that are actually good, decent locks for the playoffs is the Wizards and the Hornets.
yeah.
And obviously at the
I
time,
was
you
gonna
know,
say the Hornets as well.
because I mean, you can't really count out the Hornets because
The
the way.
Knicks, I think the Knicks are gonna make it.
Oh, I
too.
forgot about the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks are gonna.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think
Yeah.
the Raptors are strong enough.
yeah, not like this used to be. I feel like, and I'm going to say this too. I have a gut feeling that Pascal Siakam is going to get traded at some point because I just don't feel like that Raptors team is not as what it once was. I feel like 3 out of the 3 teams are definitely locks. That's the Wizards, Hornets, and the Knicks, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I don't think the Pacers should be in that list. They should be see you next year. Cavaliers, I mean, they started off hot. I don't think they'll see you next year. So I do agree with Washington, the Hornets, and the Knicks. Now, the third tier is again the playoff locks. And they got Boston, Philly, and Atlanta.
I agree. That's perfect.
I agree.
I think they'll do enough.
Philly's
They'll
gonna
do
be
enough.
there.
Yeah, they'll make
Boston's
the
gonna be
playoffs.
there.
All 3 of them will make the
Atlanta's
playoffs.
definitely going to be there. Atlanta could even be a tier up, maybe.
So they got the finals contenders now. The Bulls and the Heat.
You know what? I can see
Agree.
that.
I agree.
I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Agree. I can see.
Because the thing about the Bulls is like you got Zach LaVine, still probably one of the most underrated players that people really need to start giving him more recognition. And then you got Lonzo Ball. Yeah, I mean the fact that they're actually playing well. He's playing well with the Bulls, but I mean, God forbid. But then again, who knows how Gooley feels about the coaching thing. But not trying to take any shots at Gooley, but I think they do have a chance of being contenders in the finals because I think that team is really well built all around. But I feel like in order for them to make the finals, I kind of feel like they need to add just a few. I guess like I say 2 to 3 pieces. If they can do that, I think they're definitely in the upper, should be in the next tier up. But right now, I think I agree where there's with the Bulls and the Heat are sitting right now in that tier.
Chicago has a lot of firepower.
They do. They
Damian
really did a
said
lot
the
in
Bulls
offseason.
versus Jimmy. That would be a hell of a finals. So
Yes.
tier number 1, playoff finals favorites. You got the Bucks and the Nets.
Of course, you got to get the Bucks in there.
To be honest, I will put the Heat up there too. I will move the Heat up a slot, actually, as a finals favorite, a little bit slightly, because as long as you got a healthy Jimmy Butler, you got a Bam, you got a Duncan Robinson, you got a championship winner in Kyle Lowry. I will actually bump the Heat right there. The Heat right there, between those 3 right there, I will bump the Heat right there.
You can make a case for the Chicago Bulls.
I say you can also make an argument for both teams. Actually,
argument.
Yeah.
You can definitely make an argument, but I feel comfortable with them in that that contender
the
range instead of.
But-
I feel comfortable more about the Heat.
but the thing
I
is, so
agree.
isn't Bam done for the year or something like that? Within like an out like
No, that's Bo Mamba.
Oh yeah, it's not him. It's not him.
Okay, but I mean, it's tough though. I mean, you can make a case for both teams, but I feel like maybe as much as I feel like, yeah, Chicago's got the firepower, but you guys got to think too, like Miami, despite having, if you can have a really healthy team, if Jimmy Butler stays healthy, definitely Kyle Lowry is another guy that I think that's a good pickup. But the problem is, some teams can, and Bam's another guy. Surprising how long he's been lasting with that team. It's like you would have thought like someone like Bam would have retired, but it's like nah. It's like nope. But I think both. I mean, I really can't make it an answer for that because you can make a case for both teams to be in the be that kind of in the conversation with the Bucks and the Nets. But the Nets, see, the thing is, it's like, can the Nets stay healthy? That's the thing too. Like, there's some of the players. So I think the best. I mean, the thing about the Bucks, they've been very consistent. So I mean, I feel like it's no surprise that they're up there. Nets maybe depending if if they're healthy. It's the same way what we said about the Pacers.
I would take out Boston.
I'll take out Boston.
Lock.
Yeah, I'll take out Boston and put them in a lock.
With Washington, because Washington's going to be in the playoffs. So I think Washington's a playoff lock, and I would take Boston out maybe as a hopeful.
That's very
good. Who else in the playoff? Who else in the playoff? Who else in the playoff lock? Give me another team in the playoff?
I think it's us in Atlanta.
Atlanta,
Yes,
Boston,
that's
Philly.
Atlanta, Boston, Philly.
I like it.
And who else you say you're pulling playoff? So what you got? So you said the Wizards are in playoff lock?
They in the play. They playoff hopefuls.
Hopeful. I think the Wizards going to be in the playoffs. I think. I think Boston's going to be there too. I think they're going to be in a playoff lot. I think I'll get them a lot. I'll bump Wizards up too.
I was going to say bump up the Wizards though, man, because you got like 4 good teams to be in locked for the playoffs. But and that's another thing too. And I made a video about this too. I think who's their coach? Who's the Wizards head coach now? I can't
Wes Unseld Jr. Wes Unseld Jr.
But he's doing a pretty good, and I'll hate to say it too, man. He's doing a pretty good job of running that Wizards team. Finally, Washington, the Wizards doing the finally when fire Scott was like, because I don't have like hatred or like dislike for the Wizards because I kind of feel like you have some good players in that franchise history, and seeing what they've done under Scott Brooks, and I thought to myself, hey, they got to make a change. And then once heard about the news, Scott Brooks got fired, or I'm sorry, not renewing his contract, and then we're seeing actually a good head coach should actually run a team. Scott Brooks, not so much. Because then again, you also got Kyle Kuzma, Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, just to name a few. And Eric's trying not to.
That's the thing with my Lakers, man. They always give up on young talent because we're LA and LeBron's here, and look at what everybody does.
Because LeBron wants it now. You don't have no homegrown.
Like if you think of players, that's the thing. That's what I hate because I'd rather go the young talent because look at the young talent we shipped out. Lonzo Ball, look at what he's doing. Chicago Bulls. Julius Randle, he's the star of the Knicks. Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell became an all-star the year after we shipped them out.
And then we're seeing what Kyle Kuzma is.
I always said this
Josh
about last. This is what I said about last year.
Josh Hart.
Look, I'm not gonna say we would have beat the Suns, but I think it would have been a more competitive series if they would have used Montrezl Harrell and Kuzma right, but they didn't because we have Frank Vogel, bro. He doesn't know what he's doing. I don't like him as a coach, but I mean, if he turns this around, I'll be happy, but I mean, until I see changes from Frank Vogel, we're gonna keep shipping out people.
Damian coming at you.
Oh my God, Damian!
You said these Lakers looking like the Dodgers.
Oh my God, Damian.
Damn, there's a lot of similarities though. He's not lying.
Oh
man!
We'll see you in the playoffs, Aaron.
No, you won't. You'll be lucky.
We'll make it. I promise you we'll make it.
Y'all will be there. But I don't know if y'all you guys can even win the first round series. But when you guys come to the Bay, man, you guys might as well not even show up because that's what it's gonna be like.
Right now, if the playoffs would end, the Lakers will be in the playoffs. It's Golden State, it's Phoenix, Utah, Memphis at number 4, Clippers at 5, Lakers at 6, Dallas at 7, Denver would be in. The playoff teams would probably be the play-in teams would probably be Minnesota, Portland, Seattle. I mean not Seattle, Sacramento, possibly the Spurs. But if the playoffs ended, the Lakers would be in the playoffs, and they would play the 6th seed. So they would play Utah.
I think they beat Utah.
But and then
just by LeBron's will alone.
And then in the East is Brooklyn, Chicago, Milwaukee, Miami at 4, Washington 5, Philly 6, Charlotte 7, Cleveland would be in at 8, and Boston and Atlanta will be on the outside looking in.
I would love to see a Chicago Bulls Nets, Chicago Bulls Bucks.
That'd be good. That'd be a good thing.
Don't forget 7 through 10 is playing in tournament. teams. You're playing in to get in the playoffs. 7 through 10.
Oh, all 3 teams, huh?
Yeah, 7 through 10.
Okay.
Like 7 through 10 is play in. Like 7 through 10 is play in.
Gotcha.
And then you got New York on the outside looking in as well. So they 12-12 right
The
now.
Knicks will make the playoffs. I think they will.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, anything can happen because I mean,
Yeah.
we're still early. We're not even a quarter way through the way that most teams are, and look, if we get, let's say, halfway through, and then that's kind of where, like myself, I'll observe, like, do we need, like, if we're going to be a playoff team, or do we need to look at from the outside looking in? So I say give it like half the season, and then we can probably make our observation from there. But I think right now it's too early to tell. But yeah, I mean, I feel like anything can it all can change in a flick of a switch.
Oh, we got the man.
I'm just tired of these goddamn excuses for the Lakers talking about it's too goddamn early. We in the month of goddamn December, goddamn it. We in the month of December.
Look. Hold on.
That's a tweet. That's a sub to Freddie. That's what that is.
Look. These Lakers, it's just, for me, the only problem for me is the coach. And I'm gonna keep saying it. For me, it's the coach. I don't like his defensive adjustments. That's why we lost the game before this one, and I think that's why we lost right off the bat. Frank Vogel has never been a good coach to me, even when we won the championship.
Eric,
I just don't.
Like these noodles and noodles. The Lakers about to go up in smoke, man.
Oh my
God.
You know that comes with the territory of being a Laker fan, bro.
You listen. If you might just come a Clipper fan. If you can't take
Okay. The Clippers are known for sucking. They aren't gonna do nothing.
They're known for sucking, but ain't they better than the Lakers record-wise right now?
What are they right now? I don't even know. 13-12, and we're 13-12. Yeah, I think we got the same record.
Well, I think they beat y'all, so they is a
better. They got the tiebreaker, so they got
the tiebreaker right now. So
Donte, bro. Celtics beat the Clippers, please. Thank you, I appreciate it.
But again, we got a little segment here. We do it on a 7,200 seconds.
I know what
D's favorite. D's favorite. But it's a basketball edition, so it's called Swish or Brick.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
All right. So Swish or Brick. Will Kyrie Irving ever play again? Start with Donte.
Oh my goodness, that's hard. Man.
You will let Donte go first because you know what he wants to say.
I don't think he's gonna play this season. I think he will play basketball, but I don't think it's this season. I don't think it's this season. I think he will play again, but not this season.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Swish for this too. I think he can be successful on a different team. I just don't feel like he's going to be playing this year. But I think in other years, there is a possibility. But for right now, I don't. It's just like he's just not saying, look, he's just say screw it, just not playing this year.
Eric, you think Swish or Brick is?
I'm gonna say
playing?
For this year, Brick. For next year, Swish. You guys said previously, right now, Donte, and I just don't see him playing this year, man. I really don't, unless some crazy trade happens and he ends up being vaccinated and all that stuff. But I don't see that happening. I'm gonna say next year. I'm gonna say beginning next year. In the offseason, he'll get shipped out or something.
Aaron, what you think?
I just feel like I agree. He's not going to be this year. He'll come back next year. Something tells me he's enjoying his year off. There's no urgency for him to get back. He's not really tripping.
D.
I think Kyrie is trolling at this point. He's only going to, if he does come back this year, it'll only be for the playoffs. That's the only time he will come back. and he know if the Nets got the number 1 seed in the East, he's definitely going to try to find any way, anyhow, to come back. But I mean, on the realistic side, I don't see him playing next. I mean, I don't see him playing the rest of the season. But Kyrie Irving is a talent. I think he still have love for the game of basketball. I just think that with the New York mandates is the reason why he's not playing. I think if he was in another city that don't have those mandates, he'll be playing.
Damian, he's not retiring. He already said he's not retiring. What I read today earlier was it's not that he don't want to get vaccinated. He just don't trust it.
Right.
So he don't know what all about the vaccine and what it can do. So he don't trust it, so he's not going to do it. Like I said earlier in the show, I said if this is I get it, and I'm not knocking anybody who is vaccinated, who isn't vaccinated. That's your choice. That's your choice. But I feel like if it's part of your job, if your job put this as a condition that you either don't have no job or you have a job, and this is the way you're supporting your family, why not just get it and continue getting a check? Like,
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, right? When I'm not on live and on here, she don't invade me, she don't mess with me or nothing.
Watch out, she's still standing there.
You notice, Key, every time I'm in here. I know, right?
But yeah, man, it's just like I feel like, and that's the thing too. It's like some states are sometimes leaning because I feel like if he can play, play for like a different team. It's just like I feel like maybe, I don't just feel like it's like he doesn't like you said, he doesn't trust it. And I think also plus I think New York's a little bit strict with it, so I kind of feel like that's another that kind of plays into the factor with it. But I feel like if he can play somewhere like, oh Lord, I mean something because I know most states vary, so it might he could probably. I think we'll see him back on the court next year. And I kind of
they tried to say okay, so you can't practice and you can't play home games. But then they was like, no, you might as well not play altogether. And, starting in January, if you're not vaccinated, you can't play in Toronto. So I see that as a brick as well. Kyrie not playing. He's not playing this year. So Swish or brick, Steph Curry will beat Ray Allen's all-time 3-point record. I'm gonna start with Ern. Go ahead, that's your squad. Go ahead, Ern.
He already answered. You see by his form,
bro. That is like as much of a shoe-in as a wide open Steph Curry 3. You know what I'm saying? It's going in for sure. That's a lot. It's not coming off. Draymond see that go up. You just turn around and just start running down to the other end of the court. You already know that's going through. He's breaking that. He only needs 16. He just needs
16 more.
He'll get that in the 82 game season. He's getting that before the All-Star. He's getting that before the All-Star break.
That's an automatic switch right there. I mean, like the fact that he's sometimes in a company like someone like Reggie Miller, and the fact that he's getting close to breaking Ray Allen's record, I wouldn't be surprised if he. I'm going to go with Coach D on this one. Before the All-Star break, I think he can do it. But I say before the All-Star break.
No doubt.
That's right. No,
how many he need?
16.
16.
He can get that in 2 games. Easily. So I'm gonna go with Swish. Easy.
It's more than a switch. It's more than a switch. It's a no look.
Yeah.
Don't look at the 3. Like it's just you just let it go and walk away.
We're playing Portland tonight. Anytime the Warriors play Portland, Steph and Dame, I like to have this big time 3, this crazy 3 shooting competition. That can necessarily happen tonight.
He's gonna get it on the Sixers game on Saturday. That's when he's gonna get it. Sorry, Philly.
See, Eric. This is why I chose the Lakers because you start.
No. Y'all start and I come.
And I came back. Where my logo at?
We're gonna go back and forth.
Where my logo at? You guys come back for that. Where my logo at?
Don't tell me. Hold on.
Yeah, get an update on my logo. How about them apples?
Oh my!
he needs a tracking number.
2 days, man. They better pay them bills. They better pay Josh Allen.
Damian thinks he can get it in one night.
That's
He
possible.
already
That is
said-
very possible.
It's
He
possible.
already said they asked him. They said which record is better, you breaking Klay Thompson? Because you know Klay Thompson had 14 in the game, or Ray Allen. He
Against
said
Sacramento.
he definitely said Klay Thompson would be more fun. So I mean that's crazy. But no,
It
that's
could happen
a switch.
tonight.
He
Because the
definitely
way
gonna
they
get
play
that
each other. Yeah.
I think before the end of the week he'll have that.
Well,
shit.
You can get that in 2 games.
It's possible it could happen tonight, y'all.
For
How
real,
many
because
times
he
the
gonna get a
Warriors
lot of
play?
opportunity.
Between now and Sunday, how many times the Warriors play?
If
If they play like twice, then he's definitely
play
getting it by the end of the week.
That's why I said they play the
So
Sixers
they
on
play
Saturday.
the Trailblazers tonight.
Oh, he's getting half of that. He's probably
Oh,
getting,
yeah.
He probably get
He's
8
getting
threes.
halfway.
He probably
He's
get 8
getting
to 9
halfway.
threes.
They play
He
the
probably get
Trailblazers tonight, and then the Sixers on Saturday, and then not again till Monday.
Shit.
Sixers.
As long as he do, I don't mind him breaking that record.
See,
in
that's why I
Philadelphia.
said it.
I don't care.
See, that's why I said it. I wasn't trolling.
I would have loved for him to go into crypto and just, I would love for him to do that.
Oh, no.
I would love for him to go in crypto and just crypt the Lakers. I'm
If
just
he
saying.
did it to my Lakers, I would not hear the end of it from Ern. I would not hear the end of it.
That would be embarrassing. One,
I wouldn't even say anything, bro. I wouldn't even say anything. I'd just give you a look. I wouldn't even rub in your face. I'd just give you a look.
We got another Swisher brick. We got this is a shame. Will Boogie Cousins win a ring before Dame Lillard?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I think he already won one, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, what
He
team
has-
is he on?
Yes,
I don't even know.
he's
What
with
He
team.
the
won with
Bucks.
the Lakers.
E.
He got one with the Lakers. He got one.
Oh,
He gave him that ring?
Yeah, he got one.
He was on that team.
Yeah, he was on that team. He was on that
He was
team.
on that
Really?
bubble team. He was on
Yeah,
that
he was
bubble
on the
team
bubble
when they
team.
won.
Yep. He got one. He got one. They gave him. They
Oh, he
counted
did
it.
it. Well, never mind. But that's crazy. He got one before Dame.
Yeah, he tore. I think he tore his Achilles that year.
He pulled his
I-
Yeah, he
Yeah.
took the Achilles that year,
He pulled
Yeah,
his
I think it
Achilles.
was his
I was going to
Achilles.
say, even if he didn't already have one, I was going to say yes, because he's the type of player that'll go from team to team. Dame is very loyal. He don't want to leave Portland no matter how bad they suck,
Yeah.
and that's going to be his
I don't
downfall.
understand Dame though. Like, why the hell you want to stay in Portland, Oregon? Portland, Oregon, out of all
That
cities,
was the beginning thing we talked about. We was talking
Yeah.
about
Portland, Oregon is the home of League of Our Own. Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah,
that's
he's-
serious.
Because
It's
I
just
think,
that
he's,
like,
Yeah.
he's a god in that city. You know what I mean? They have nothing else.
Yeah, so he
He's a
wants to
god
be
there.
that. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the main. He wants to be on top of the billboards.
That could be it. Or maybe he just really likes it and he's
Because
really
I don't
beloved
find
there.
another reason why he wouldn't leave. Like the whole point, I know. I think he said it earlier. I was watching the show that where you come to the NBA to win rings, to win a championship, and the fact that you just don't want to move and pull a trigger because people are gonna call you unloyal. What? The?
oh my God, Damian
Shout out
got
to
money.
Damian for being a member.
Damian got money.
I didn't know he got.
Yeah, I did. Damian
What
must
did
have
you rock,
got his
Damien?
Damian must got his welfare check today.
Ah!
Oh my God.
He
But we
found somebody
appreciate
to
you,
buy the
Damian.
food
Thank you for
stamps.
becoming a member. We appreciate it, though.
Yeah,
I'm just
appreciate
saying.
But yeah.
No, so let's just say if he didn't have a ring, would he win one before Dame?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
That's-
totally,
without a doubt.
I totally
I believe
forgot
he
about
would.
that bubble year.
That's a switch right there. I believe he would.
I'm gonna be a troll on this one. I think Ben Simmons gets one before him.
Oh my god.
Oh hell no!
oh my God.
I mean, if Ben Simmons comes to the Warriors, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if you go anywhere else, he's got this on lock for the next 10 years. Ain't nobody else getting nothing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where's
More
my
money
refund?
than beers. He said,
Yeah.
"Damn it, where's my refund?" Damn, you want your refund already? Damn, Damian. Damn, I was just playing with you. My bad. My bad with your SSI check. My bad.
Dang, man.
I ain't knocking it. Shit, I ain't knocking it. Get your money.
So wait, okay, you know me. I had to Google it just to make sure. It said DeMarcus Cousins is getting the championship ring from the Lakers, even though he didn't play for the team during the title run.
Yeah, because he was hurt.
He said DeMarcus spent 8 months with the Lakers. He was waived 9 months before the team won in 2019-20. But he still
gets a ring. Damian, you so dumb.
Yeah, he probably just keep that ring locked away. He probably don't even wear that or show that one off. That's probably just in.
Well, that's like what's his name? In Pittsburgh. Hold on, give me a second. What the hell was his name? He was the quarterback from Oregon. Black quarterback from Oregon. Never was Dennis. The Eagles had him a couple times.
It was something Johnson.
Dennis Dixon.
Dennis Dixon. Yeah.
Got 2 rings with Pittsburgh. Ain't do nothing. I mean, you can say that for Shady. Shady ain't do nothing.
It's a lot of backup quarterbacks in the league that got Super Bowl rings that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think David Carr has a Super Bowl ring.
It could be the same thing. You could be the last man on the bench for the Lakers, and you just win a championship. I don't care. Don't never put me in the game. I win a championship. Don't ever put me in the game. Just pay me and win a championship.
Look, I'll pay me $1 million to sit the bench.
Yup.
Man.
It'd be like, yeah, we won the championship. I worked hard. Knowing that I set my ass there whole 82 games.
Just be a cheerleader on the sideline.
Yup, no problem.
Yeah, good job, y'all. Good job. Nah.
The last swish or brick, Minnesota makes the playoffs.
I'm gonna go break.
I don't see that.
I wouldn't go. This is hard. It's like one of them jump shots that you look like it's gonna go in and it comes back out.
Yep.
It's just like one of those trick joints. I don't know, man. That's hard.
I think there's a possibility they might sneak in one because I mean, obviously it's just I think there is a possibility they're going to be in the playoffs, but I think they're not going to go far. But I mean, they're definitely going to get.
I think play-in.
I'll say if you have I think about play-in as well. But
play-in, they have a chance.
That's going to be tough because. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and say, yeah, they will make the playoffs because the back end of the Western Conference ain't that great, and they just gotta keep winning and keep playing the way they playing now. For real, we really gotta see how they are after the All-Star break. That's when when teams is going to fall off and about to be good is after the All-Star break.
Facts. I feel like Portland's gonna make some moves and they're gonna move up, which is gonna force Minnesota out. Portland's gonna get that spot.
Ain't nobody coming to Portland, Earn.
They're gonna have to get Dame. If they want to keep Dame, they're gonna have to get him something with CJ being out. They're gonna have to get him something.
I mean,
they've been trying to get him.
Yeah, like he's been asking for help and stuff, and that organization doesn't give him anything.
Oregon football is more important than Portland Trailblazers.
But I'll say this: I wouldn't doubt it if something crazy happens during the trade deadline, because there's always something in the trade deadline for the NBA.
Yeah, but every time there's a trade deadline in the NBA, where do you hear Portland at? I'm just saying, like,
nobody want to go to Portland.
As far as the Portland Trailblazers, what type of market do they have? I understand they got a rookie head coach in Chauncey Billups that's still trying to do it. But after Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, who can you actually see helping them win the championship? There's nothing there. So if I am a player in the NBA and I see what the best availability is, I'm going somewhere that's better than the Portland Trailblazers. I'm sorry. There's no market out there for me as a brand, as a player, in trying to win. I just don't see it.
Okay, that's valid. I got you.
Miles Turner ain't going to no child.
What would they give up?
I wonder where Sabonis would go. I'm trying to think.
One trade I saw him going to Golden State for Wiseman and 2 other players.
Yo, if that's the case,
we're not giving up Porter. We're not giving up Peyton, and we're not giving up. I
wouldn't want y'all to give up Wiseman.
No, none of those teams I saw. It was Wiseman and 2 other people I've never heard of for the Warriors.
Okay.
Don't give up my guy Damian Lee. That's a Philadelphia. That's not really a Philadelphia native, but I watched him play basketball at Drexel in Philly. Don't give up Damian Lee. That boy can shoot the ball. Just give him some more minutes for the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't think the Warriors want to take anything out of their lineup away. anywhere in the
can't.
So
roster.
matter of fact, I'm looking at it now. So it
Our
says
second
it
unit's too
just said
important.
5 big trades that could shake up the NBA playoff picture. So it was Sabonis, and then again James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses.
Jonathan
Lee.
Kuminga, yeah, he's part of one of the
Jonathan
draft.
Kuminga.
He's one of the young
That's a
cats you don't
steal
really hear
for the
about.
Warriors. Honestly, that's a steal.
Yeah, they're
Then
having
it
play
said,
time.
Dallas Mavericks brings back Harrison Barnes, so Dallas will get Harrison Barnes and Marvin Bagley the third, and then Sacramento will get Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, and Willie Cauley-Stein. 2022 second round pick and the 2024 second round pick.
I wouldn't mind Harrison Barnes
like
going
that
back to
one.
Dallas. I wouldn't
I
mind
like that one. Yeah, I like that one.
Harrison Barnes. Did Harrison Barnes win a championship with that when he was in Dallas? If I'm not mistaken.
No, I think he won the first year in Golden State. He won the first
Yeah, I think it was
year.
Golden State.
He won the Golden State.
And then
He won
we got
Golden
rid of
State.
him because he never showed up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Like he had playoff games where he had 2 points.
I actually like Dorian Finney-Smith
He was
and
that
Hardaway
second, wasn't he
Jr.
up with that second bench unit with Sean Livingston?
Yeah,
He was on
Did
the
he come
first
off the bench?
unit.
yeah. He
No,
was
he
a
was
starter.
the 3
Harrison
guard.
Barnes was a
He was
starter
starter.
The 3 forward.
because it was Curry, it was Clay, it was Harrison Barnes at the small forward. I think you had Iguodala at the time at the power forward because they went small.
I thought they had Iguodala
No, we
coming
had-
off the bench.
We had
I was
Draymond
thinking
at the
that
power
Iguodala
forward
used to start for the Warriors too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
at times,
that.
yeah, depending on the lineup.
Yeah,
Hey,
Like if we're
that
playing
Kings
LeBron,
package
then we'd have him in every time LeBron's in the game.
That Kings package.
If I'm not mistaken, I think wasn't also Draymond Green part of that lineup too in that first unit
Yes.
with
yeah.
Well,
Yo,
yeah,
yo,
Draymond
'cause I know
Green
they
been
went
in that
Sarah
first unit.
Tyler too. They went like small ball.
I think it was it was Looney. Then it was Draymond. Draymond played the power forward. Then Looney was playing center.
Oh, Bogut.
Matter of fact, yeah,
Bogut.
it was somebody.
It was
Coach,
Bogut.
Coach, you know what it was? Coach, it was Bogut. It was
Yeah.
Green. It was Harrison, Clay, and
Right,
Curry.
right.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the lineup.
Yeah.
That's the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That was
the
the
vibe.
lineup.
So
That
they
was the
said
fun.
Phoenix will get Thaddeus Young,
Mm.
and
my
San
God.
Antonio will get Dario Saric and Jalen Smith.
See, Sargent fits with the Suns. I wouldn't want to give up Sargent with the Suns. I wouldn't want to do that.
I was
I
glad when he
don't-
left the Sixers.
I'm mad we got rid of as a Sixers fan. We got rid of Thaddeus Young too. Like what? We just get rid of all the good players. We got scrubs. I
You
just
know,
don't get it.
another player on the Sixers that the Suns got freaking Shamit.
Yup. And we were supposed to get Bridges in the draft.
And then we traded his ass away.
Man, that's crazy. Every time I think about that, boy, I swear to God, that's
Oh,
crazy. That man, Mama worked for the organization. He traded him away.
The Sixers becomes the Ixers. Take the S off the shit.
Dario
And
is hurt.
San Antonio would get Dark, Jalen Smith, a 2024 first round pick,
Right.
and then a 2025 second round pick. So that's who the Spurs
Just
would
think
get.
about Daro with San Antonio. You know Popovich loved those international players.
He does.
When you had Manu Ginobili is a perfect
that's
example
what
that comes to mind.
You remember what I was talking about
Tony
earlier?
Parker.
You remember what I was talking about earlier? San Antonio pick people that we never actually heard of, and they develop them. They don't get enough credit for how well they develop people, man. We did not know nothing about White. We didn't know nothing about pretty much Murray coming out. We didn't know nothing about most of these guys. I knew about Lonnie Walker. That's the only one I probably knew about. But all these other guys, you never knew nothing about it. They just come out of nowhere. They just come out of just nowhere.
Shout out to Becky Hammond for being an assistant coach for the Spurs too.
Head coach next year.
Yeah,
Right.
She'll definitely be a head
You-
coach next year. A fact. She's the first woman to win an NBA Summer League championship with the Spurs.
So then it says Portland will get Marvin Bagley, a 2022 first round pick. And the first round pick in 22. And then Robert Covington will go to Sacramento.
Oh, we don't want no damn child.
That still ain't helping Portland, but that's okay. And then they
still
said the
can't get respect. I
Timberwolves.
went to that damn Sixers game with Key, and he was just bricking the fucking house with it.
You lost by 15.
We lost the 50
We could have beat the Hornets.
Oh, they was trash at the time too.
The Hornets had Frank Kaminsky. Who else was on that team who was killing us? Frank Kaminsky, Elton Brand was still playing.
Yes.
Oh,
For the Sixers.
But as Robert Covington, I can't stand his ass.
Then they talk about trading Larry Nance to Minnesota, and then Portland gets some other people I've never heard of. But yeah, but whatever. But that's a bonus trade would be crazy if that was to go down. You might as well just crown it. You might as well just crown the Warriors if Sabonis goes to the Warriors. They don't even have them play the finals. Just get them the damn trophy. Like,
yo, what if the Sixers really pull it off and get Sabonis? What if we pull that off?
You like that? I will video myself running down the street if we get rid of Ben.
Realistically,
Ben, I will
That
run
would be
down
a
the street.
crazy lineup. Sabonis
what would you
at the
guys
four.
want back for Ben? What do you guys think?
I said bag of
Look,
Skittles at this point.
I will take this bottle of ketchup for Ben. Okay, take it.
And look, you
Will
just
Smith CD and some gum.
If they get
Just
anything,
give me some lotion for Ben Simmons.
Holy shit! Really?
A lotion, and a bag of Fruities candy and some Starburst for Ben Simmons.
we'll give you
Shit,
the
we'll give
crypto.
y'all
We'll
some-
give you the crypto name.
We don't want that
Nah,
shit.
you guys gotta
I'll
keep
take
that
this as
crypto
well. I get
name.
that crypto name.
Y'all gotta keep that crypto name, man.
Boy,
Hey, don't shit on that name. I'm invested in crypto coin right now. I need that thing to go
Man, you
up,
can
man.
invest in crypto, but we're not going to invest in Ben Simmons with that crypto. Absolutely not. What?
Oh
my God.
But there you have it, guys. That was our fadeaway. I know Steve and Ern and Eric came in last minute, but still it was a pleasure. Always fun with y'all guys. You know, the fadeaway ain't that long. It's about an hour and some change. And we did go over some scenarios of the stuff that's going on. We got some games going on right now. I mean, ain't nothing too crazy with the scores. From what I saw, Cleveland was beating Chicago.
Oh, man, we don't want to hear Goolie's mouth.
Wait, the Pacers is beating the Knicks 70-57.
Oh, screw the Knicks and screw the Pacers. Either one. But another thing that we didn't talk about, too, Sabonis was on that trade block, but so is Karis LeVert.
Karis LeVert,
Yeah, that's another guy.
I would love for the
Yeah.
Sixers to go get
Yeah.
Karis LeVert.
Everybody said the Rockets should have got Karis LeVert, but he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing basketball. So hey,
That makes
the
sense.
Rockets he wasn't playing basketball.
Yep. I was running.
And I was running.
On a side note, what do you guys think of these Miami Knights jerseys they're wearing tonight? They look fresh as shit.
What jerseys?
Well, Miami got
The
their city
jerseys-
jerseys on.
Yeah, they're wearing the jerseys, but I don't know. They just look different. I haven't seen them ones yet. They're black and they got different Miami.
Sixers playing the Hornets tonight?
Yeah, they're only down by
Yeah,
2 at
they
halftime.
I just saw the clip of Joel Embiid threw it up.
Yeah, he threw a dime to himself.
He threw a dime to himself.
Wow.
Key, will you run down the street like LeBron?
ran? No, my knees ain't good for that.
Listen, you give me and Key a couple steps and we tied. We own.
No, my knee can't handle that. Remember in the movie Get Out when he ran real fast and he cut? I tried to do that. Nope, I almost died.
Man, there's the ACL.
Right?
I almost died. Not with these knees of mine. And then I'm about to go coach some Rugrats starting next week. Coach Key is back in the building. Got to deal with these big-headed little boys who got egos.
Yeah. Good luck.
I don't know. I won't know till next week, but I got a feeling they're gonna give me like 7 and 8. God help me. Their attention span ain't there.
Time we get off of work at the same time. You listen. I can come in there, and if you really want me to discipline them, let me come in there and run the system on them. Let me run the Bo Kimball system on them. They'll
That
listen.
would be crazy.
They'll listen. They don't want to be running all day. They don't want to be running up and down the court and play full court press the whole game. Absolutely not. They wouldn't like that shit. And that's what Bo Kimball and his team did in college, and still have the highest scoring in college basketball history at 122 points a game. And he averaged 37 and a half with that system.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
37 and a half with that system.
Oh my
What they did was they got him. You know how we did ours, how we brought the ball up, how we always had the center as a trailer. Hank was the trailer every time, but by the time Hank got down there, they already scored. Mind you, as much as Eric knows he don't know his history. Look up Paul Westhead. He ran that system with the Lakers when they fired your coach and he became the interim and they won the 1980 championship against the Sixers. Won a championship with Diana Taurasi with their offense too. But nobody want to. Nobody want to run it now because it's that's why they call it the system, because when you run up and down the floor like that, it's like running gun. It's like running gun to a point where you're getting your team tired. They don't want to play. They don't want to play on the offensive side. They don't want to play defense because knowing after they score, they gotta get automatically back because within 10 seconds of the 24-second shot clock, Lower Marymount scored.
He said 4 seconds.
4 seconds they scored. They shooting the ball.
That's crazy. No, who does?
I'm gonna send it to you, Robert. I'm gonna send you the documentary on 30 for 30. Go Guru of Go.
I gotta check that out.
That Guru thing was insane.
That's the 30 for 30.
Yeah, it was a 30 for 30.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Because Hank Gathers, he speaking of collapsed lung, Hank had an irregular heartbeat in running that system, but they didn't know that, and he ended up collapsing on the court. So
it's just it's
Hank. That's why I'm actually doing a classic on Friday, because Bo is my family. Hank was his best friend, and they doing a classic, and they naming it after Hank and Bo. So it's after their high school, and I got media coverage of it. So that's gonna be dope.
For sure.
But again, there you have it, guys. Make sure y'all come back on in here next Wednesday, same time, same channel. Might be the same crew, might be different crew. You never know.
Oh damn! Yeah, I forgot to tell you. There's not no trolling. There's nothing. Bo Kimball and Hank went to USC and transferred.
I did not know that.
I'll tell you, when we interviewed them, that's what we found out. They both came from Dobbins High School in Philly, and they transferred. They went to USC, and then once the coach got fired at USC, they transferred to Lower Marymount.
But then I might need you to do the intro and hit the live button. If I did something to my computer where I zoomed in and don't know how to zoom out.
Well, make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe, just to let y'all know that Real Talk is coming on at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time on the ASAP Sports Network and on the Spotlight Sports Network as well. We had a ton of fun. A lot of shows happened today. ASAP in the morning, Snake Sports Talk Show, Fadeaway Podcast.
ASAP this morning was crazy.
Oh yeah, I had
arguing over Ben. No, that was hilarious.
That's what happens when you got a Boston Celtics fan and a Sixers fan on the same panel. That's hard. That's hard, but make sure y'all check us out every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're gonna give y'all the hottest takes in the NBA. Don't forget Friday, Robert's gonna be running the Between the Lines Baseball Podcast, so make sure y'all here for that. There's a lot of stuff going on, so make sure y'all definitely check it out.
You got the coaches corner tomorrow. You got the coaches corner tomorrow. And all that, we got some fun stuff for you guys, man, to tune in to, man.
Oh, don't worry about it, because I know the two that's right next to me, Spotlight Raiders Talk Live, is on Thursday. Well,
you
don't want to miss that. We're doing the Chiefs and the Raiders preview of that.
Yeah,
don't miss it.
And I'm waiting for Eric to come out with one of his episodes of the SC Experience. I'm waiting on that. Definitely waiting on that, and be Raider Earn, America's Most Wanted Podcast. I don't want.
Oh boy!
Two America's Most Wanted Podcasts. They don't want to smoke with that. So we got a lot going on.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, a lot going on behind the scenes. It's gonna be fun. But let everybody know where they can find y'all. Everybody know they can find Key in the building. Everybody know where to find Donte. Yeah, Robert, We see you when we don't see you. Let them know where they can find you at.
Hey, y'all can find me at the Philly Sports Talk podcast here on YouTube. You guys can check me out pretty much almost on social media like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Whereas where I usually post a lot of like new content. I'm like Donte said, or Darian said, is to come by on Friday night. Because I have my buddy of mine coming on. He's another big avid baseball fan, so we're gonna have him on, and you guys can come by on.
Thank God we didn't invite your ass. Thank God.
Hey, Freddie, how about that win yesterday?
Freddie got an open invitation tomorrow, Fred.
The link was in the chat. What do you mean? You could have hopped on. You got
let's hurry this up before Freddie hops on here. Let's hurry this up.
But yeah, like D said, you can check me, Donte, and Key out on Friday. And then you guys can see me on January 2nd calling the Eagles and the Washington football team when the Eagles are on the road. So, I mean, that's going to be fun. But yeah, I mean, you can pretty much guys can find me like Twitter. You can check me out at Philly Podcast YT.
I just know you'll make this show 3 hours long. That's what I'm saying.
You guys can check me out on all my social media. You can check all those links in my video's description. So and really along here.
Talk about the Lakers today really much. Thank God.
Yes. Oh my God. It's going to be. It never rains in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but
we didn't really talk about them like that.
Oh, it's so good to not talk about the Lucky Charms in the Barney colors.
Barney colors.
I'm just saying, but
yeah,
Eric, you need to learn how to put your link in the chat. And I need both of yes, because you need to learn how to do that.
Yeah,
how you don't know how to do that?
Yeah,
but,
I don't either. I don't.
In fact, send it to me. Hold up, y'all two were supposed to send me the link so I could put it in the description, and y'all never did.
I sent it to you.
Yep, you did. See all these damn group chats. See, Freddie, he started that shit. I can't keep up with shit now. Freddie, you started it. But we'll definitely put the links in the description for SC Experience and Raider Earn Shakur. So to definitely check out those channels. They definitely gonna be having some shows on there. So we're out of here, y'all. You can't do it, G?
Huh?
You still can't do it?
Oh God.
I'm just asking if you can't.
No, he's pulling. What the hell?
We're out of here, y'all. Peace, love, and happiness. For the next video. Peace out.